Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we took our trailer out for its first big road trip. This was a 6-day drive through Washington and Oregon. We started off our trip by heading out to Mount Rainier.
Just before entering Mount Rainier National Park, we stopped at a small town called Elby. It is home to the Mount Rainier Scenic Railroad, and we spent some time watching the train pull in and out of the station.
That was a long drive up. It was like 40-50 kilometers up the mountain. We are at Mount Rainier and we're about to start a hike.
We're gonna do our best. We're totally unprepared.
Yeah, I think this one's supposed to be like 3.5 hours. It's a lot of elevation, but because of, as you can see, all the snow behind us, it's like also May. It might not be possible, but we'll see. All right, we made it.
A few hundred meters.
Literally 100 meters. And the climate has changed. It wasn't snowing before, but now I'm getting snowflakes in the eye and it's accumulating. All right, we made it like 300 meters.
It's very beautiful.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen this much snow this year yet. All right, time to sled down a bit, or seems like most people just kind of come up here, take pictures in the snow, go mess around, throw some snowballs, and head back down.
Yeah.
So we've driven down like maybe a few hundred meters in elevation and we're checking out Narada Falls. Just like the climate difference is so huge. Like there's no snow, it's like dry. I mean there's snow, but it's not snowing. Yeah, it's dry. Yeah, hopefully see some nice falls. It's slippery. Oh. We made it. It's a little slippery, but now we talk about the snow and here it is. So I guess we gotta go further down.
Camera doesn't do it justice. It's so big and beautiful.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah, so we stopped at a local grocery store, picked up groceries, and then came straight here. We're at Lewis and Clark State Park. It's a mouthful. And yeah, we're just in time for dinner. The weather has like cleared up and it's not like raining so hard. And yeah, so we're just gonna get set up now. For dinner, this is our first time cooking over the fire this year, and we brought some offcuts from making our charcuterie board from last year and finally got to get to use it. And so today we cooked up some pasta with some pork, and then on the fire we still have the kale going. And yeah, so it'll be a nice little meal. We, as always, make way too much food, so it looks like we're gonna have some leftover for breakfast.
Nice.
Looks good. Good morning. We woke up and our gazebo didn't fly away and there's no rain. So today looks like a beautiful day. We're just cooking up breakfast. Got egg and toast and jam and a Costco muffin. Keep it simple for today. After getting gas in like Portland, we've driven out east to actually where we were 2 years ago.
Yeah, the Columbia River Gorge, the scenic highway, and we're stopped at this state park called Starvation Creek State Park. And there's a beautiful, I think it's like a biking, it's meant to be a biking trail. It just goes along the whole highway, and you can make so many stops along the way and see all the little parks and waterfalls. But right now we're trying to walk to a few falls. That should be a short walk.
So we're on our way to our campsite and we're driving on the Mount Hood Scenic Byway, and like, by golly, this is like it's so scenic.
Yeah.
It's just like we're kind of going around Mount Hood. We started on like the back side of it and kind of like curved around, and like for one, there's like clouds forming on the highway, which is like really cool and scary to drive through. But then it's like that volcano is like absolutely insane. We just can't stop taking pictures of it.
Yeah, we're just, every time we get a new angle of it, we're just like, oh my goodness,
Shocked.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, just like Pikachu face, like dang, this thing is crazy. Yeah, so anyways, if we keep doing this, we're never gonna get to the campsite, so I guess we should get going. We just arrived at our campsite.
This is called Cove Palisades State Park, and it's super nice.
Yeah, really big, and there's like no one here today.
Yeah, it was so scenic driving in. It was crazy. Like, we were caught by surprise at just how beautiful it was.
Oh yeah, and I don't know, I think Oregon state parks are maintained very well and super clean. All the facilities and stuff too.
Like here, there's even free showers.
Yeah, which is great. Unheard of, really. So right now, we just like kind of open things up and we're going for a little bit of a walk on the trails just to kind of see where this goes. Not much planned for tonight.
Yeah, get some walks in after a long day of driving, burning off some energy before dinner.
Have you ever seen a campsite that turfs and levels like your camping pad, so when you set a tent on it, it's like nice and flat? This used to be like an old football field. I guess they're selling it at a discount or something.
That's so cool.
Pretty cool.
I guess in the desert it's hard to grow the grass.
It's that time of the night where it's getting dark, the sun's setting, and the fire's nice and hot, and so it would be a great time to roast some marshmallows. So we don't have any sticks, and besides these like 2x4s that I cut down, and I'm gonna whittle it down to a point so that we can dangle some marshmallows on it. Ready for marshmallow.
Perfect. God.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh,
Ooh, you
oh.
got a second try there.
Oh.
Typically when you get like just the skin to come off, you roast it again. You keep doing it until you get no more marshmallow.
Oh, is that how it works?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's do
noob.
that then.
Morning.
It's a cold morning.
It is cold, but beautiful, cloudless day.
We have a super exciting day planned. We're going to drive down to Bend, and then we're going to check out some caves, and then we have a hike planned, and then tonight is actually going to be the first night we're going to try boondocking.
So we made it to the caves. I don't even know what it's officially called, but we got some snacks before we go in. These are the Twizzlers. As you recall, last year around maybe the same time, we went on a big hike and Ethan introduced us to the beautiful realm of like filled Twizzlers. And like, we're not a huge fan of Twizzlers, but like for some reason the filled one, oh my gosh, that's a horrible, I just ripped a hole through the side of the bag.
No.
The filled Twizzlers are even less healthier, but they are so good. They had some new flavors, so we have to try it. We got the creamsicle, of course, and then the tropical blast.
Nice. This one has guava too. It has 2 flavors in one.
Kind of tastes like a haichu. Lava rock.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Asphalt.
Whoa!
Walking towards the entrance.
Yeah, so we got in and I ran to my car twice because it turns out that it's helpful to have lights. They're like, okay, bring headlamps. And I was like, okay, it might be good to have more lights. So I was like, went back, grabbed my video light. And then they're like, oh, you want to rent a spotlight? I'm like, oh, dang it. So I ran back to my car, got a spotlight. They suggest one of these so you can see like the 60-foot high caves. Yeah, should be good.
Yeah. So the caves were formed 65,000 years ago when was it the Newberry volcano? I think
Yeah.
the Newberry volcano erupted. Yeah, so these are really big, expansive, tall caves.
So dark.
Ooh, yeah.
This reminds me of our Taiwan video, our Taiwan cave
Yeah.
exploring.
But there's no lights, complimentary lights in this one.
I know.
Wow, it's already, you can tell it's already so big. When you look ahead and you see the tunnel just keep going and going and going in a perfect circle, it feels like we're walking through somebody's intestines.
Great thought. I guess we're at the end. Time to turn back.
Time to turn back. We did it.
Yeah, that was a fun little walk. Lots to see in there, and it's a really cool experience. It's really good value because it's $2 entrance fee and just rentals if you'd like for headlamps and a spotlight. So if you can bring all of that, then it's all good.
$2, yeah.
Definitely would recommend bringing a jacket because it gets quite chilly down there. Yeah, but great sights.
We pulled up at the absolutely most scenic spot for lunch, Smith Rock State Park. It is so pretty.
Yeah, highly recommend. It's just like you drive here, the parking lot is just no trees, nothing obstructing the view, and like we're just cooking lunch here with these mountains. After lunch, we set out for an 8-kilometer hike called Misery Ridge Trail. The trail started with a steep ascent to the top of the rocks, followed by a flatter loop around the river. Sam did so well on this hike while 8 months pregnant. So we're like making our way down, then we come across the corner and we see this giant like stick of a rock thing, and like even more surprising, there's people climbing it. And
there's
so
people at the top.
Yeah, they're at the top now taking like probably an insane picture. Like that's a long climb. That looks really hard.
Yeah.
I think we'll just stick to the main rock and we'll just observe, and we're just you go guys. So we finished at the hike, and actually just up the street there was like a related campsite, and ooh, we stopped there just for a quick shower. Now we are driving towards our next campsite, but we found this like lovely little lake where we're just kind of, before it gets dark, cooking up some dinner. And for dinner it's gonna be pretty simple. Like we'll have leftover vegetables, and then right now the only thing I'm cooking up is the meat. Excuse me.
Hi.
Do you know where the nearest campsite is?
Oh, so cute.
So we drove like an hour from where we had dinner, and we're in the middle of a field, and I don't know what kind of property this is, but it's just like an open field, and it's like some side road, and I think supposedly you're allowed to camp here overnight and you're not going to get in trouble. It's like the Canadian equivalent of a crown land. Now the interesting thing is that when we pulled in, there was just like a cow, one singular cow just standing on the side of the road, and it was really weird. On iOverlander, people said that they woke up in the morning greeted with like a bunch of cows.
Curious cows looking in their car.
Yeah. So maybe our car will get licked clean tomorrow, or maybe we'll not even be able to get out, but it should be, looking forward to the morning. Good morning. Yeah, so sleeping here was great. It was nice and quiet, and yeah. I think Sam in the middle of the night heard a few cows run by, but we have not woken up to a oh, there's a moo. There's no cows surrounding us, which is unfortunate. The next stop on our trip was the Painted Hills in Oregon. The layered red and yellow stripes were created by different climate changes over the years. Definitely a very unique place to visit. It's too early for this. But the views are absolutely beautiful. It's like when you put paint on water and you like drip new paint and it like spreads out. That's kind of what it looks like. We're at the Painted Cove Trail, which is a little bit further of a drive, and it's a quarter mile, very short little one, and as you can see, a very beautiful bridge walk.
We're at another part of the John Day Fossil Beds National Monument called the Sheeprock Unit, and we're doing the Blue Basin Trail here.
Yeah, it's about like 2.1K out and back and with a decent amount of elevation. Yeah, the other option was like 5.5 kilometers or so, and they estimated that it would take 3 hours.
Yeah, which we don't really have time for, so we'll try to do this quick one and get back on the road.
There's some blue stuff in the water, and also on the side of the shore where there's like no water, and the color difference between the two is like very big, where like the wet is just so much richer and darker.
So it must look really awesome when it's a rainy day, just having all the rock formations here wet, because you could see like a very faint tinge of blue, but if it turns that blue, that would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool. So we just arrived at Wanapum campsite, and it's a really cute campsite off of this beautiful lake. And this one was actually supposed to be very windy, and they don't suggest tent camping here. And we are really hungry because we haven't eaten any real food all day. It's just been like chips and
it was a long driving day, and it was pouring.
Yeah, it's pouring rain, so with this kitchen setup, it's kind of hard to cook in the rain, so we just chips for lunch. But now the weather is not looking great, but it's not raining, so we're gonna quickly whip together dinner and get some real food in us. So on today's menu is steak fajitas. At the grocery store, bought some fresh corn tortillas and some locally made salsa. I had to cook Sam's steak extra cooked, extra well done, and mine's like still mooing up a storm, which is really good for me. So yeah, let's dig in. I'm excited.
Yay.
Morning. It is so windy this morning. It's like we're hiding behind our trailer to cook breakfast and stuff, and it's pretty hectic.
It was shaking our whole car.
Yeah.
After packing up camp, we were back on the road. Today we plan to explore the town of Leavenworth, Washington, which is known for its Bavarian-themed village. Riley came here a few years ago, but it was my first time. We had a lot of fun taking pictures, walking through the shops, and trying some food and desserts. So we're at the Gingerbread House. It's a super cute dessert and coffee shop, and so we got an Oreo cheesecake and also something called a campfire mocha, which is like marshmallows and hot chocolate and coffee, I think. Pretty pricey, but let's taste it. Tastes really good. I can't really taste like the marshmallow. It just kind of tastes like a regular mocha, but it's pretty good. Really heavy.
It's like a whole Oreo, all the Oreo stuffing, and just put on top. But I guess it's just cream cheese.
Nice. Riley keeps wanting to go mini golfing, but it's not mini golf. It's literally like golfing.
But it's cute.
It's not. I would imagine a town like this mini golf would be like, you know, the little like Bavarian village themed. But the mini golf is just like a putting green. So missed opportunity.
But the scenery is so nice.
Yeah. Pass.
So we're at Munchin House, and this is where they kind of sell like pretzels, like lots of beer, and of course they sell bratwurst sausages. So unfortunately it's not like $1.50 Costco, but it looks a lot better. And on top of it they have like a huge container of sauerkraut and like maybe over 20 different sauces. So we tried squirting some sauces on the side and we'll try it out. But I remember like last time when I was here with my sisters, we were here eating it, so good memories. Trying all the sauces, see how well we did. One of them is like a sweet and spicy one. It's pretty good.
Last food thing before we leave Leavenworth is the Whistle Punk ice cream, and we had to get ice cream even though we're pretty full from all that snacking. But yeah, it looks delicious. This is a single scoop, pretty expensive. Worked out to be like $10 Canadian, but yeah, the waffle cone is freshly made. Let's give it a try. This is blackberry flavor.
We just got around to the campsite and it was a beautiful drive as always, just along a windy river. We took some time to walk around the park and there's like no one here, which is great. And we actually decided to stop at our original campsite that we booked. Realized it's way too windy. So pro tip for you guys out there camping, if you ever see water and you see campsites available along the water, look into whether it's windy or not. If it's not that windy, okay, sure. But if it is even remotely windy or there's chances, like go as far back as possible because it will make your lives easier. So we switched and set up camp again. Tonight we're making some dinner as always, and we found some crab that's already like de-shelled and everything on like super sale. So it was like really good. Hopefully we don't get food poisoning from it. It was like that good of a deal. And so we're gonna have that with kale and do some like a crab kind of roll kind of thing. So
I cannot wait.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. Yeah, having crab while camping, that's chef's kiss.
No wonder it was so cheap. We literally got bamboozled. So this was in the seafood section next to all this other fresh seafood like salmon and cod and fish, and it was packaged like, I don't know, but turns out we bought imitation crab meat.
Woo!
Like you saw the packaging, it said Alaskan snow crab previously frozen, and it said surimi, and maybe smarter people in the world would know that surimi means fake crab meat or whatever, but we are not smart people, and we just completely ignored that last word because we didn't know what that was. Maybe ignorance is bliss. We probably shouldn't have googled what surimi was.
Alright, on today's side menu we have crab rolls. Ooh, it's so fancy. Literally this bowl looks so, once you get, it's just like, what is that? Anyways, we have buns that are freshly made today, toasted like beautifully, so let's just admire that for a moment.
Okay.
We have 2 slices of cheese, yes, cheese, kale, and yeah, some mayonnaise. So the idea is we'll open up the bun and we'll put some whatever mayonnaise and just eat it, and we'll go for the buttery, peppery, salty flavors and just ignore the fact that this stuff's not real. But that's okay. Camping's about having a good time and experiencing new things. So this is my first time doing this. So let me show you how it's done. Slap some of that bad boy on there, because you know this stuff's expensive. You know, the real deal. So good. Smack a little bit of cheese on that. Yum yum.
Yeah.
Close that up.
You can even put kale in it too.
I know, maybe. And then close your eyes and just pretend that you're on the East Coast and you're in Nova Scotia and you just caught some crab and you're just going for a big bite. It just
Delicious crab. Most succulent crab you ever had.
That mayonnaise is so good.
It's all over your face.
That's so good. The lack of protein is just disappointing. So our lunch, we had some fried rice, and obviously it's way too much food, so we have leftover, and because of that we have lots of leftover steak bites. Ooh,
We can make a steak sandwich.
Philly cheesesteak. Done.
So our last night of camping was beautiful and wonderful and slept so well. And so our last breakfast for this morning is the usual. And yeah, the plan for today is not much. We'll pretty much just make our way home slowly. It's about another 3.5 hour drive. It was a really fun camping trip.
We're all packed up and we are ready to head back out on the road. For our trailer, this is our first longest run with it and nothing majorly broke. I think we found a lot of issues in our list of to-dos and repairs, like far exceed what I imagined. So I think we'll have a lot of work ahead of us to get the trailer fully up and running. But for the first trip, it was an amazing experience. Yeah, all around good times. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video, and until next time, peace.